Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of source material that traces the 2,000-year history of the Israel-Palestine conflict. Our goal here isn't to take sides, but just to unpack the specific narrative laid out in this source. We're going to see exactly how it frames the incredibly complex geopolitical landscape we're dealing with today. To really understand the source's claims about modern alliances, we've got to logically follow its massive chronological timeline. So, we'll be moving through 6 distinct eras: ancient exiles and Islamic rule, the shift to European banking, the birth of Zionism, world wars and demographics, the UN Partition Plan, and finally, 1948 and its aftermath. Let's jump right in. Kicking things off with Section 1, Ancient Exiles and Islamic Rule. The narrative actually begins 2 millennia ago, under the oppressive rule of the Roman Empire. Following religious tensions involving Jesus, the Romans brutally exiled the Jewish population from Palestine. Fast forward about 500 years to the 600s, and the narrative shifts to Islamic rule under Caliph Umar. The source describes this as a time of peaceful coexistence where Jews were welcomed back into Jerusalem. But as you know, history is rarely peaceful for long. By the 1000s, this era was shattered by the violent crusades initiated by Pope Urban, which targeted both Muslims and Jews. Eventually, a final Muslim reconquest by Salahuddin in the 1100s restored order. Now, what's really fascinating here is the geographic bridge from the Middle East over to Europe, specifically via Spain, or Andalusia. The source notes that 800 years of Muslim rule in Spain ultimately ended with a Christian conquest. This forced both Jewish and Muslim populations to either convert or flee, and it was actually the Ottoman Empire's Sultan Bayezid who offered refuge to these displaced groups. Moving on to Section 2, Shift to European Banking. Following the discovery of the Americas, global economic power began shifting drastically as Jewish populations migrated toward Europe. But how exactly did this shift happen? Well, the text explicitly debunks all those wild internet myths you've probably stumbled across. No black magic, no secret Illuminati meetings. Instead, it grounds its explanation entirely in historical European property laws and strategic business practices.